welcome to this laid back, chill corner of adventure. My name is Lunissa. Some of you may know me from Twitch or from some social media platforms. So, for those of you joining me from there, welcome in. So glad to have you. And as always, I appreciate your support. And for those that are new, nice to meet you. So happy to have you. And I cannot wait to go on some new adventures with you. To get started, I went ahead and created a new world that I named Lunis. And this is using Fabric instead of Forge, just because of the camera mod and some other mods. And plus, it's always nice to try something new. This is, after all, supposed to be an adventure. And for those that follow me on Twitch, you may have seen or even been part of the behind the scenes work as I am working to bring up a creative server called Lunis Fields. So we're not reinventing the wheel, just keeping it simple and a way to kind of keep a theme going while we get things started. So as for the setup itself, I go in, set it to creative, obviously, set it to peaceful because villagers don't really do too well with mobs, make it a little easier on them. And then everything else pretty much stays the same, other than going into game rules, scrolling down to fire tick, and turning that off. That way fire does not spread and it can be used for more aesthetic purposes such as fireplaces or creating other fire effects. Everything else beyond that stays the same. So let's jump in and do a little tour of the world that we will be working with. One last little quick note before we jump in is that I am aware that in game my username still shows up as Lunasti in some of these upcoming videos. I figured it out afterwards how to change my username so it'll now match my name as Lunissa rather than my original username that I started Minecraft with way back when. So please bear with me, but in the meanwhile, let's get started. Alright, so this is the world that we have spawned into. As you can see, we have savanna, some plains. Nearby we have this really pretty mountain right by all the savanna, and we also have some foresty areas not too far from here with all the water. So we have a pretty nice mixture of areas to start with. And speaking of those spots with water, there is actually a couple of bodies of water that I felt particularly inspired by right away. So coming this way, there's this cute little pond area that I feel would make a really nice hideaway or little reclusive spot to decorate and build in. And then coming this way is this really big lake. And I don't know what it is about it, but I just think it is a beautiful lake. And I would love to build around it. And again, it is surrounded by both savanna and foresty plains, so there's a lot to work with there. Speaking of water features though, I do notice that there's a lot of these surface water spots, and it's making me really excited for the upcoming update and curious as to how it's going to look like with the new river generation. Aside from water generation, there's also these crevices, and it's also making me excited for the update. And I decided to check it out to see what it was like to get inspired, and look at what I found here. Do you all see what I see? That is a lava arrow. And not only is it an arrow of lava, it is pointing right back to our spawn. Isn't that so cool? How many people can say that their world has a naturally occurring lava arrow pointing their way home? But anyway, continuing on just this short little tour around the spawn area, another area caught my attention, and it's this deserty area. I noticed that the river here still goes around it, carves a way around it. We can definitely clean it up, connect it a little bit more, make it a little bit more lush along the way, but there is so much potential here. And it's really interesting seeing how it is surrounded by savanna again and the plains, and yet it's this small little desert area. So I want to kind of play around, see what that story could be. Like, why is it just a random little desert area? And play around with it. Looking around, at first I thought, oh, this is an ocean over this way. And as I started seeing more and more trees generate, I'm like, this is not an ocean. What is this? And so I was going over here to check it out, and I happened to spot this really big hole in the ground. Like, look at how deep this is. It goes pretty deep, pretty sharply too. So I'm thinking maybe we can turn this into a quarry or something neat like that. But continuing on, what I originally thought was an ocean is actually a really big swamp area. Like, you can see how big this is. It covers a lot of area. And this makes me excited because I've actually never really worked too much with a swamp area. So I feel like this will be an opportunity to try something new and really challenge my creativity a little bit. Now, heading back around, right behind the swamp is this area with more trees and hills and all these bees. And those bees got me thinking, this would be a great place to have a village that's very nature loving, very nature focused, especially because there's like this area that is just perfectly clear for a village. Not only that, but I spotted mushrooms over here. It's a dark forest. I mean, how crazy is that? We have savanna, we have plains, we have desert, we have mountain, and we have a dark forest with mushrooms. I'm so excited to work with it. And look at how big it is. It's not the biggest, but it is definitely quite a bit of room. And then get back into the savanna, into this big desert area. We had a little bit of a hint of a desert back there, but then there is this really big expanse of desert. And there's so much that we can work with here. Was it maybe once a very lush forest and something happened to make it dry out? Like, what happened here, especially with all those rivers going? And then this tall rock over here is also inspiring because it kind of makes me want to do a temple at the top. Maybe some kind of monument. Plus, again, the river here is coursing through, carving its way, and would make some really nice traveling spaces. Plus, aside from that mountain, it also holds this beautiful area. We can touch it up, make it into the gorgeous waterfall area, and I feel that we can make a bridge, especially because right over here, for whatever reason, there is a lava pool with llamas around it. They're lava llamas, or are they llama lava? Llama lava llamas? Anyway, I feel like we can do quite a bit there, especially with some bridges, finding some way to connect these deserty areas with the savanna, telling some kind of story of travelers and cultures colliding and mixing and evolving, and what caused them to be that way. And then completing the circle, we were right back where we started. We can see how the mountain area and the savanna and the plains all come together and provide such a big spot of land to work on. There is so much room and so much to explore and to work with. And I am so excited. There are spots of water to work with, random caves, hills, trees, everything. And that's something that I really want to focus on for this creative adventure, is really letting us be inspired by the land itself. Telling the stories of this land, of this world. Like that cave over there, that could be a story. Maybe there's some thieves over there on the way to the desert village, or this is maybe a hub or a nice quaint little village right outside of this desert. Like there's so many possibilities, and there's so much to do. So hopefully this has inspired you as much as it has inspired me, and I cannot wait to see what we come up with. This world is now at our hands, and we can do so much with it. So if you have any ideas, you're inspired by something in particular, drop me a comment down below, or go to one of the social medias that I have linked down in the description so that you can go ahead and leave a suggestion of, oh, we should totally do the quarry there, or no, this would be a much better idea, or hey, what if we turn this into a little city, or let's make a campsite here, or anything else. I would love, love, love to hear from you. As it is on Twitch, I'm going to do the same thing here. I want this to be an adventure together. Yes, I'll be building, but I would love to be able to incorporate some of your ideas and really make this our world. So please share your thoughts. Let me know what you think. Give this video a like if you're excited just like me and if you feel inspired. Subscribe if you want to get updates and see how this world changes from where we are now in this open space to what it has the potential to become. With that, thank you for watching. I really appreciate you taking the time to stop on by, check out this channel. Please feel free to check out the Discord, check out Twitch, hang out with me, hang out with our hashtag adventure gang, and be part of our chill adventures and all of the silliness that ensues. I really appreciate all of your support. I hope that you enjoyed your time here, and I hope to see you back. With that, please take care. Enjoy whatever adventures life brings you between now and the next time we hang out. And until then, this is Lunissa signing off. See you on the next adventure.